Dr. Lei, if you could respond to Professor Sachs, but also add a little bit about how does it look from Taiwan's perspective and different political forces within Taiwan when the United States talks about war rhetoric and hysteria with the mainland?
Certainly, Taiwan is under DPP rule at this time. So the stated position by both the President Lai Ching-te as well as other party cadres are pretty much bifurcation. Once on the one side, they would push for Taiwan independent agenda, which means independent from PRC, so moving away from mainland, hopefully with the backstop of Japan and the United States. On the other hand, they are moving extremely to the total dependency of the United States in economic and technological advancement. The best example there is TSMC. So you can see that Taiwan is actually moving in two directions, moving closer to the United States economically and depending on its military support to the United States, and at the same time use that as a posture to move away from the mainland government, PRC. So with that being in the red line or the core interest of the People's Republic of China, then there is a potential of conflict. Here we're looking at the government paying little attention to the potential of conflict, relying on pretty much the US guarantee or US rhetoric. But at the same time, in terms of economic and trade relations, we're still extremely closely tied to PRC. So with the society at large, you have a very loud voice stated by the DPP government, and you have a lot of quiet, silent objections by all the opposition party and people who do not claim to have any party affiliation. That's one. The second one is, if we look carefully, Jeff mentioned about similarity to the Ukraine war, and I watched the Trump and Netanyahu press conference yesterday in horror. I think the beginning may have some similarity to the Ukrainian situation when US is pushing Ukraine to cross the Russian red line, but the ending of it will be remarkably close to the Israeli-Gaza situation, in which Taiwan will have no say, will not be consulted in the final negotiation because we're independent. We're not a part of any international organization. We do not have formal diplomatic relationship with even the United States. So just like Gaza and their governments weren't consulted before the final 21-point or 20-point peace plan, I think if there were a potential peace and stability threat or potential conflict on Taiwan Straits, if it reached a state of two nuclear superpowers decided to either flex their muscles or engage in the final negotiation, unfortunately, I think Taiwan will probably be the last to be informed, and rather than being a party to a balanced final political solution to the Taiwan situation.
偷偷告诉大家，我最近发现了新法宝 Royal Face 逆时奇迹系列，它有活肤露、全效精华，还有精华霜。尤其我皮肤比较偏干，所以我非常的注重保湿。保湿做得好，肌肤自然烹饪。提亮肤色更年轻，抚平皱纹超有感，而且气色变好。用心保养，每天都更美一点。美吧。